What's up? What's up, world? We back. Um, man, if it's your first time, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button to spread out the algorithm. It helps people that like this type of content come here and watch content with us. So yeah, man. Today we got some creepy videos, and this might be like a trigger warning for like some of these clips are like really sensitive. And but yeah, man, I just wanted to come give y'all the truth of what I've seen out there, or what we call the red pill. So without further ado, man, I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Let's get into these videos, man. And I want y'all to comment. Let me know what y'all think. But we're gonna get to that. Let's go to the first clip and let's get into this, man. And I hope y'all having a good day, you know what I'm saying? Smooth little week, smooth little month. You know what I'm saying? I hope all your days are beautiful, man. But let's get into this, man. We got some clips for y'all. I've saved some nice clips for y'all, and I've been sent some clips from some of my friends too. So check this out. It's crazy. Check this out though, y'all.
This video was taken shortly after this woman found a truck full of children's bodies. I mean, this is horrible. The horrifying incident took place at a gas station in Michoacan, Mexico, where the woman worked inspecting semi-trucks. But on this day, this specific truck pulled in and something seemed very off about the driver. He was very nervous, tense, and sweating profusely. The woman noticed that the truck's back door was slightly open, so she decided to take a look. She slowly opened the door and immediately burst into tears. Inside were hundreds of children's bodies piled on top of each other like food. She also saw a lot of blood on the floor, and that's when she noticed black plastic bags. And when she took a
Allegedly, this is for entertainment purposes only. It's just for jokes, man. This ain't true.
closer look, she noticed they were stuffed with severed limbs. They were filled with small arms, legs, and even heads. This video was taken shortly after, and she is seen gasping for air and can barely even stand up. And what's even more horrifying, just days after this video surfaced, this woman was found chopped up in a suitcase left in a parking lot. And next to her remains was a message saying, "This is what happens when you saw what you
Spam it up. Let me know your thoughts, man. Wow. Bruh, that last one was looking like it came out of a box of Skittles, right? But yeah, man, let's get into this.
Coincidence in history. Abraham Lincoln was elected to Congress in 1846. Coincidence in history.
Yeah, that last one was crazy. That spaceship, that was wild. But yeah, check this out.
Abraham Lincoln was elected to Congress in 1846. John F. Kennedy was elected to Congress in 1946. Abraham Lincoln was elected president in 1860. John F. Kennedy was elected president in 1960. Both were particularly concerned with civil rights. Both wives lost a child while living in the White House. Both presidents were shot on a Friday. Both presidents were shot in the head. Lincoln's secretary was named Kennedy. Kennedy's secretary was named Lincoln. Both were assassinated by Southerners. Both were succeeded by Southerners named Johnson. Andrew Johnson, who succeeded Lincoln, was born in 1808. Lyndon Johnson, who succeeded Kennedy, born in 1908. John Wilkes Booth, who assassinated Lincoln, was born in 1839. Lee Harvey Oswald, who assassinated Kennedy, born in 1939. Both assassins were known by their three names, both names composed of 15 letters. Lincoln was shot at the theater named Ford. Kennedy was shot in a car called Lincoln, made by Ford. Both and Oswald were assassinated before their trials. And here's the kicker: a week before Lincoln was shot, he was in Monroe, Maryland. A week before Kennedy was shot, he was with Marilyn Monroe. And Lincoln was shot in a theater, and the assassin ran to a warehouse. Kennedy was shot from a warehouse, and the assassin ran to a theater.
Bruh, come on, bruh. That's too many coincidences. Spam it up. Let me know what y'all think. What in a car floating in the air was that, bruh? That's crazy. Nah. Well, he looks scared. Bruh, how many of y'all would have been scared if y'all saw something like that? I know one thing, man. I ain't coming near it.
Nobody. No one is home. Nobody is home. And those fucking bells. What's wrong, Petey? What's wrong? What do you see? You see something? You see something over here? I'm telling you, those bells, I heard them motherfuckers twice.
Yo.
What the fuck is going on?
Facts.
Petey!
What is going on?
Petey! Petey!
Petey ain't feeling that. I'm telling you now, Petey is
Petey,
not
what's
feeling
going
it.
on? The TV turned on. The fucking TV turned on. Petey, let's go. Go, Petey. Go. Go out. Go out. Go out. Go. Go out. Go out. Go out. Go out. Go out.
Petey is not rocking with that.
What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going? It turned off. It turned off. Lucy, Bentley, let's go. Bentley, get out. Let's go. Tiberius, let's go. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Let's go. Tiberius. Lucy.
You better get out of there, Tiberius.
Oh my God. Charlie, let's go. Come on. Come on, who's home? Come on, who's home? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Come on, T.
Yo, bruh. So, what's y'all thoughts on the Mexico truck thing though, bro? Like, that was kind of strange. I ain't gonna cap. That was kind of strange, bro.
Have to understand.
And also, what's y'all thoughts on the I don't know. I just want to get back on that though, man. Like, did you hear what Because I remember that clip. How many of y'all remember that clip? Just circling around the web of the lady that found the truck, man. I know I ain't tripping because I seen the one when she was, and apparently they saying that she was unalive, bro, and found in the suitcase. So y'all spam it up. Let me know if y'all think that's cap or real rap. Because me, I don't know if I'm leaning towards a real rap or not, but hmm, man, that's wild right there, man. That's wild right there. But yeah, man, we're gonna get into a few more clips. Wow. But if it is, condolences to the lady and her family, man. Condolences to her family. She was an inspector, you know what I'm saying, who inspected the trucks, and allegedly she was found unalive after finding all of those hundreds of body parts, allegedly of those children. That's a sad, sad thing, bro. So let's get into this next one, though, man. Wow.
Appalachian Mountains, you have to understand that when you go into the Appalachian Mountains, you are entering into another realm. And there is a set of unspoken rules that you must follow. Rule number one, if you hear something calling your name, right, you didn't. There is nothing there. And you should not respond. Do not say hello. Do not say, who is it? Just run away. Because something is trying to gain permission, and by you acknowledging it, you are allowing it to come after you. If you hear screams in the mountains, right, you didn't. And do not go towards the direction of the screams to try and help, because once again, something is trying to lure you. If you see people, you don't. If you hear crying, you're not hearing it. Do not respond to this at all, because you are giving permission to whatever is in those woods to come after you. Now, if you are to go camping in the Appalachian Mountains, right, you have to remember, at night, you must keep a fire going at all times. And it's not for warmth, it's not for cooking, it's to keep you safe. And if you are going to camp in a tent, make sure when you go into that tent, it is sealed up. There are no holes, there are no cracks. And if you hear any kind of screaming, yelling, or anyone calling your name, do not respond. Do not go to sleep. And if something wakes you up, stay up, stay alert, and once again, do not respond. Now, it's very important when you are walking through the Appalachian Mountains, if you come across a deer carcass, do not touch it, do not stare at it, walk away, ignore it, because this is something, once again, trying to lure you into the woods. Now, if it comes to the point that something is chasing you and it gets you, and there is no escape, fight. Fight as hard as you can, whether it's a person, an animal. If it's something else, though, and you know what I'm talking about, well, you just let it get you, right? Because at that point, there's nothing you can do. And there's an old saying, you go into the Appalachian Mountains with 2 bullets, right? You fire the first one at something that isn't a person, that isn't an animal. And if it doesn't run away, you know what to do.
Yo, how many of y'all been to the Appalachian Mountains? Spam it up. We want to know what's going on with the Appalachian. But I'm not going. But y'all let me know your thoughts if you want to go out there and if you think that's cap or real rap. I've been hearing a lot about those mountains though. My suggestion, stay far away. But let's get into the next one.
Book is nothing but a database for the CIA. That's all it is. It has all of your family's pictures, all of your friends. It has all the
Yeah, like Facebook, I was saying that, man, watch what you put on the book, man. And they starting to book a lot of dudes for posting that stuff on the social media. And I was watching a clip of one of the officers saying um that they solved a lot of cases through social media. So be careful out there, man. Stay off the social media. I'm not encouraging any criminal activities, but I'm saying keep your personal business personal, dog. Like for real, Facebook, Metaverse. Stop telling these people what's going on with you, dog.
information. There's not going to be any more privacy. Everything is camera down. Everything is caught on camera. And this is what it's going to be about in the future. Virtual reality that I'm explaining in The Matrix and Terminator. My job is to come here and waken people. That's what The Matrix is about, to wake you up from The Matrix, to get you out of the illusions and the lies and the ignorance.
Facebooks of the world don't want people to know what happens to them every day when they share the information.
But that's destroying their free will,
But
and
do you
God
think-
doesn't want that.
But people want to be ignorant. They don't want to know that they're being exploited. It requires too much responsibility when they find out.
Facebook is nothing.
And that's the lady who wrote the book, The Matrix, y'all, right there. If y'all didn't know who that is. Let's dive deeper.
You guys remember when Brittany Murphy's dad said this in an interview?
Do you suspect somebody responsible for poisoning her? And who?
No, I don't. I don't suspect anyone. Actually, yeah, I do really, but I rather not speak about that. The question is, the fact is that she was poisoned, and she.
Now, we can all agree that the way Brittany Murphy passed away was
Wait, first he said nah, then he said yeah. Y'all peeped that, right? But let's keep it moving.
very suspicious and weird. And the fact that her husband, Simon Monjack, passed away only 6 months later of the same thing, pneumonia. And I don't know if you knew this or not, but Brittany Murphy dated Ashton Kutcher for a little bit, and now these photos of them with Diddy and Kim Porter are going viral. And if you're not connecting the dots yet, honey, I need you to stick around a little longer for me, because Kim Porter passed away in 2018 of, guess what? Pneumonia. These two have been besties for quite some time now, so I just want to know, do they know what happened to their exes? Was it really pneumonia, or was it something else? Because now I'm also finding out that they had the same coroner for all three: Simon Monjack, Brittany Murphy, and Kim Porter. His name is Edward Winter, and he passed away last year of, I'm not going to say pneumonia, it's actually natural causes. Now, Ed handled all the high-profile cases in Los Angeles. We're talking about Paul Walker, Whitney Houston, and Michael Jackson, which was another suspicious one. Now, a lot of people didn't like Brittany Murphy's husband. Do you guys remember when Brittany...
Bruh. Y'all let me know your thoughts. But I was always told by my grandmother, 12 Frenchmen can't be wrong. Meaning that if 12 people saying the same thing, most likely might be true. And we seeing that they connecting all those dots. They might as well have a full portrait by now with all those dots connected. And you got you a Picasso. But check this out.
They're always going to put the truth in your face. Watch this.
When shuttles blow up, it's not always an
Can't play that audio, but
a conspiracy fly. Did you know NASA means deceive in Hebrew? I did not. The Denver airport was built by the Illuminati.
Now remember, I said NASA means to deceive in Hebrew, which is correct. Hebrew is the language that the Bible was written in. So in the Garden of Eden, when Satan deceived Eve to eat the forbidden fruit, God said unto Eve, "What is this that thou hast done?" And the woman said, "The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat." Look at that word right there, beguiled.
yeah, like yeah.
Right, so if we go into the biblical usage of this term beguiled, it means to deceive.
Right.
And if you go back to the Hebrew text in the original Hebrew Bible, it's NASA.
NASA. Oh.
So NASA means to deceive. Remember, it was the serpent that
who
beguiled
NASA
Eve or
you.
deceived Eve. It's not a coincidence that NASA's logo is literally a snake or a serpent tongue. Look at that. You see that red tongue going through it? Oh yeah, and what's the definition of a serpent? A sly or treacherous person? Oh, someone who exploits a position of trust in order to betray it? I wonder who that is. Someone who exploits a position of trust in order to betray that trust. Satan, the serpent, is using NASA to deceive everyone, to believe in evolution rather than the creation account in Genesis 1. All throughout the Bible, it explains a flat, stationary plane with the sun, moon, and stars inside of a glass dome firmament. The Bible says in Romans 3 verse 4, "Let God be true, but every man a liar." When they put truth in our face like that, they're fulfilling the prophecy of Luke 12 verse 3. "Therefore whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and which ye have spoken in the ear in the closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops." So whatever they speak about in secret, they must proclaim it upon the housetops. They have their ways. Right, we gotta make sure we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, right? Or else he'll get an advantage over us.
Yeah, so bust it, right? Basically, they gotta tell you, you know what I'm saying? They got to tell you first and then they do it. But they put the truth in plain sight. I guess that's the agreement that they have, you know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know y'all thoughts on that, man. Y'all think that's cap or real rap, you know what I'm saying? Like me, I've been kind of skeptical because I seen a clip with the dude that supposedly had landed on the moon. Forgot his name. It's Neil Armstrong or something like that. And they was telling him like, yo, won't you swear on this Bible for 5 racks? Now I don't know how much you got paid to go to the moon and all that, but 5 racks? That ain't what I'm saying. That ain't cheap, bro. I don't know what type of job you got where you turn it down. All they asked him to do was put his hand on the Bible and swear that he went to the moon and all that. You know what I'm saying? So he denied it though. He was like, nah. He said something like, yo, I think that's a fake Bible. So y'all spam it up if y'all saw that clip, but that's starting to go along with all of this. And then I saw another clip. I think I got that clip. I might play that when they got clips of them up there on the moon, well, in the space station or in the little shuttle, and they got glasses of water. Somebody took a sip and put the glass down, but the lady next to him can't even put her feet down. Y'all spam it up though. Cap or real rap. We're gonna get into the next one. You know what I'm saying? And YouTube, this is for entertainment purposes only. It's not true. We just doing this. We bugging out. But yeah, let's get into the next clip, man. Hmm.
McDonald's ice cream drip tray taken in Louisiana. It's covered with slimy filth. This guy used to work at the McDonald's, but says he got canned after posting the photos online. We wanted to know just how sanitary is your soft serve ice cream and yogurt.
So we did some testing.
We took samples from 40 places in the Seattle area, from fast food chains to independent shops, and then had them tested for bacteria. 9 out of 40 samples had elevated levels of coliform, a critical indicator of an unsanitary condition which by itself does not necessarily cause illness. We returned to Trove, a restaurant where we had ordered an ice cream dessert called razzmatazz. It showed a bacteria count of a whopping 28 million. A popular self-serve yogurt shop where we found elevated levels of coliform. The owner was so concerned he invited me inside.
Yo, correct me if I'm not mistaken, but ain't chloroform doo-doo? Fecal matter? Just say doo-doo, man. But let's get into that.
To show that his machines are cleaned and sanitized regularly. He also gets high marks from the local health department.
Every machine here is labeled, so this machine gets completely disassembled and cleaned on Mondays and Thursdays.
So keep enjoying those treats, but you may want to ask how often the machines are cleaned. Check out these pictures of a McDonald's ice cream drip tray.
Hey, yo, man, y'all spam it up and let me know your thoughts, man. Y'all be hitting up McDonald's, man. You like them little yogurts and all that? Let me know, man, in the comments, bruh. That's crazy, though. I need to know what y'all think, man.
I want y'all to go print out the symptoms. Look it up. What are the symptoms of Marburg virus if somebody gets it? Print it out off the internet and lay it down. And then I want you to type in boom, slang, snake, venom side effects and lay it right next to it. Boom, slang, snake, venom. There are over 20 manufacturing facilities in China right now manufacturing that venom synthetically and have been for decades.
And we know the mechanism by which this will be released, and that is inside of these shots that people already received, inside the lipid nanoparticles, the hydrogel, there exists pathogens inside of the particles that have not yet opened.
The Latin definition of the word virus means venom. And the same organizations that are telling you there's this health crisis out there from another virus, every time they say virus, they're actually telling you what it is. It is weaponized venom.
Wow. I was today years old when I found that out.
The Marburg virus.
Man, bruh. Venom. We go from snake to Nassau to venom. It's crazy. Look at the connection. I'm connecting the dots here, though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all following me? Let's keep it moving.
The Oscars aren't just an award show. The red carpet represents the sacrificed inner liquids, the golden statue, an idol called Sokar, and the winners, chosen to push the narratives they're ordered to. The Oscars don't reward acting in movies. They reward acting in real life. The real Best Actor award goes to those who can play the longest, most convincing role, their own public persona. You see, actors never stop acting. They're curated, scripted, and placed exactly where Hollywood needs them. You think it's about talent? No, it's a selection process, a system that decides who rises, who falls, and who gets humiliation rituals. Think about it. How many Oscar winners flop right after winning? How many face sudden scandals or vanish from the spotlight? Winning isn't a blessing, it's a contract. And once they've served their purpose, they're no longer needed. The golden statue, it's not just a trophy, it's modeled after Ptah or Sokar, the Egyptian god of the underworld, transition and control over those in limbo. And here's the eerie part. Sokar is an anagram of Oscar. Sokar was depicted as faceless, rigid, arms crossed, just like the Oscar statue. Silent, a symbol of submission. They didn't choose this design by accident. It represents how Hollywood transforms people into fake personas, idols, fabrication. What if I told you the Oscars aren't just an award show?
Bruh, cap or real rap? Y'all let me know. Spam it up. I'm going with a real
who was
rap.
in Costa Rica, and he tweets out,
Hang on, my bad, son.
the CEO of MakerDAO, the crypto guy, who was in Costa Rica, and he tweets out that the CIA is running a child trafficking blackmail operation out of Costa Rica. If anything happens to me, I did not kill myself. And then like 12 hours later, he tweets out, my girlfriend is working for the CIA. They're trying to plant child porn on my laptop. I would never kill myself. I'm not suicidal. And then the next day he wakes up floating. And this is a billionaire in Costa Rica, a billionaire, a crypto self-made billionaire with billions of dollars. He just closed a deal worth like $316 million like 2 days prior. And then he ends up floating in front of his oceanfront condo in Costa Rica. Look at the CEO of MakerDAO, the crypto guy.
Wow. It's all alleged, though. You know what I'm saying? Entertainment purposes only. Let's get into the next one, man.
During the entirety of the time I interacted with dark occultists, they referred to the police and military only according to these two terms. They called them our dogs and our pets. Nothing else. No other term was ever used. I never heard them say the word police. Ever. Ever. They called them our dogs. And for a long time, I had no idea what the hell they were talking about. It was like, I'm like, what are these people talking about? Our dogs. What dogs? And then I finally made the connection. Whoa, they're talking about the police. They call the police their dogs. And it's not like, yo dog, you know, you're my boy. It's not street lingo.
Facts.
They're calling them animals that are easily made into obeying their commands because they break their will. And they symbolize this by giving them dog tags in the military. This is a perfect representation of how dark occultists see the police. If I drew that, it could not have been any more perfectly represented. I don't know who did it, but whoever drew that knows exactly how dark occultists think about cops. Exactly. Okay? Because they are the puppet masters and these people are their puppets. The military and the police are in this position. And their ego is so strong and their free will is so destroyed that they look at it as a badge of honor to be in this position. As a badge of honor. Now, when you're doing something like that in dark occultism, you know you really have something strong going. Okay? Not only that, these people who the police attack dogs and military attack dogs are oppressing, look at that position as being some kind of a badge of honor and think it's honorable and virtuous. You're members of a cult. Police and military and those who are supporting them, you are cult members. It doesn't matter whether you don't believe it. It doesn't matter whether you don't think it's true. It doesn't matter whether you can't accept that because your ego is in the way. These are the people who own you. And they think they're legitimate in that ownership.
Mm-hmm.
I attended a ritual on Walpurgisnacht in 1997 in Whitehall, Maryland, just south of the Pennsylvania border. And it was in what you might call a mansion or a McMansion, you know, not a high-end mansion, but, you know, very, very rich neighborhood.
Wow, yo, bro, I'm gonna need y'all thoughts on that. So definitely gonna need y'all thoughts on the Oscars, the Pata thing. I've just heard like how many people heard the song Pata Pata and all that? You think that's connected? And also cops being pets, bro. I mean, the military though and all of that, they do be doing a lot of killing, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean unaliving you too. And I heard allegedly that they was coming back from overseas. A lot of these PTS they be having PTSD and they be unaliving themselves. Spam it up if y'all heard about that, because I was hearing about that. You know what I'm saying? That they couldn't deal with the things that they seen and the things that they did over there. So that's wild. But yeah, man. And then the Oscars thing, like that's strange, bruh. Like you know what I'm saying? But I kind of think that's real rap though. I kind of going with a real rap on that. Um, man, and then wow, bruh, like this thing getting deep. You know what I'm saying? So, but y'all spam it up. Let me know your thoughts on the Oscars, cops being pets, and then what about the dude that got found in the front of his condo in the ocean water, man? He had some he was a billionaire. He just made a deal for 300 some 18 million, whatever it was. You think he would have unalived himself after making that huge deal, getting making a billion? You know what I'm saying? And then he said they planted child porn on him. So it's a lot of people out here that if they hating on you, man, they will try to make you look like a pedophile, bro. I mean, I've experienced that myself, man. They run with that pedo stuff a lot, man. But YouTube just for entertainment purposes only, and we just having jokes and having fun right here. Let's keep it moving.
What if I told you they've changed the toilet paper? Yes, the very thing you use to wipe your most sensitive area has been weaponized against you. For years, they've been quietly changing the ingredients in your toilet paper. And if you've looked at the packaging recently, you might have noticed something strange. Many brands proudly announce that they donate to Big C research. Sounds like a good thing, right? But what if I told you that might just be a cover-up, mocking us in plain sight? Because here's the kicker. They've loaded modern toilet paper with PFAS, also known as forever chemicals. These aren't just any chemicals. These are the ones linked to the Big C, and not just any kind, bowel Big C. You see, PFAS were originally created for things like waterproofing, nonstick pans, and industrial coatings, but somehow they found their way into toilet paper. And unlike other chemicals, PFAS don't break down. They stay in your body, building up over time, accumulating with every single use. Now think about that for a second. Your skin is absorbent, especially in that area. Every time you wipe, you're exposing yourself to rogue cell's best friend, toxins that don't leave. And yet, no one's talking about this. No warnings, no big news coverage. Just brands quietly admitting they donate to bowel rogue cell research as if they already know what's coming. So let's ask the obvious question, why? How does something as simple and easy to make as toilet paper end up in this situation? This isn't an accident. Just like with toothpaste and Band-Aids, they make sure these toxins come into direct contact with the most absorbent parts of your body. So the next time you reach for that roll, ask yourself, do you really know what you're wiping with back there? I'm going to go ahead and say this is just a joke for entertainment purposes. What if I told you they...
Word though. It's a joke for entertainment purposes, but could that be linked to the prostate C? You know what I'm saying? Word, the big C. Um, I don't know. This is strange though, but and then hearing a lot of stuff about them sticking needles in the toilet paper in public restrooms, you know what I'm saying? And trying to, like, the people that be doing certain things with the needles, using the toilet paper roll right there to wipe it off. That's what I heard, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. But me, I use Scott tissue. I hope that y'all ain't, you know what I'm saying, mess with the Scott tissue, because that's my brand, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, man, how y'all feel about that, man? We're gonna have to get I gotta get one of them toilet bowls that got the water joint, man. I forgot what they call them. I'm gonna get back to y'all with the name. But yeah, man, give me a toilet bowl that got the water shooting out and all that, and we lit. Dang, bro, that's crazy, right?
Grisly scene. Police say they caught this woman cooking human body parts after she'd been casting spells. I have the details on the shocking case out of Kentucky and where the case stands. This case sounds like something out of a horror movie. I actually had to look at the headline 2 or 3 times to make sure that I was reading it correctly. And what I'm going to tell you is really, really gruesome and disturbing. So just prepare yourself for that. I'm going to detail what police found for you here in just a bit. Right now, Toralina May Fields is in the Bourbon County Detention Center facing a number of charges after Kentucky State Police say they found the body of Toralina's mother outside of the home that they shared. Once inside, police say they found a pot that was still warm to the touch with body parts inside. It's truly shocking. And this would be shocking if it happened anywhere, but this happened, this grisly discovery was in the small city of Mount Olivet, Kentucky, halfway between Cincinnati and Lexington, Kentucky. About 350 people live there. So this is a very small town. Trooper Jim, a grisly scene. Police say,
Bro, and that's over there by where they saw the I want to say the NZs. You know what I'm saying? They had the Nazis came out, and the police was like trying to break it up, and then now they got the black folks in Cincinnati trying to counter that by trying to keep the community safe. And that's over there by there, dog. Body parts cooking in the pot. She was doing spells on them. So yeah, like I said, be careful what you posting on Facebook, because they use pictures, they use DNA, they use fingernails. I mean, whatever they can get their hands on to throw a spell on you, bro. Be careful up in that metaverse. Be careful in the real world. Be careful on Facebook. Be careful on Instagram. Stop posting your personal business. If you want to let your family know, just send them a message. Give them a little text or something. You know what I'm saying? But yikes, bruh. Y'all spam it up, though. What's y'all thoughts on, you know what I'm saying? You walking in, you know, and your shorty cooking. She said, baby, I got some, you know, some fresh dinner tonight. You know what I'm saying? We about to eat. We about to get it popping in here. You know what I'm saying? You say, oh, it smell good up in here. What you cooking, baby? And it's a pot of human and all that. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat, though. Let's keep it moving.
One astronaut kicked me. One astronaut threatens to punch me. One astronaut threatens to shoot me. And we even left a hot microphone accidentally in an astronaut's house after he assaulted me. And the camera guy, so, you know, disoriented, he forgets to hit stop recording. So while the astronaut and his son are in their house with the door closed, we're recording the audio by wireless microphone in the backseat of the rental car in the driveway. And they say, word for word, do you want to call the CIA and have them whacked?
You want to call the CIA? Have them whacked?
So like
oh
I
my
said,
goodness! That
So like
is crazy!
Well, like I said, if I'm some silly person who thinks the moon landings are fake and they really went, why would the CIA be involved? But I have proof that they didn't go. Classified footage and an eyewitness. That's why the CIA is involved. And I go into my book, me being literally kidnapped at the back door of CNN trying to get somebody the tape by the government, drugging me with truth serum, vomiting, telling them everything they wanted to know, escaping, peeing in a cup, taking it to a lab, and the lab was broken into and my urine sample was stolen. All that is in the book.
So you're saying that there was more between the CIA and you, aside from them saying, should I have that guy whacked after Buzz Aldrin punched you in the face?
Yeah, a lot more. One astronaut
Bro, first, just let me say to all my monotheistic people out there, Christians, Muslims, and Jews, even the Jews, right? Even though those times are crazy for us, I recommend peace between the Muslims and Jews myself. But anyways, man, me being a Muslim, it's in the Quran. It's a firmament, bro. A firmament. Firm. You not passing that. And the earth is supposedly flat. That's what firmament means. Flat earth and a bowl around you like a glass dome. The water's above, water's beneath. So we believe in a firmament. We believe in a flat earth. Um, some people believe in a globe, but your Bible, to my fellow Christians, the Bible says firmament. It's the first book that actually was revealed before the Quran, and it refers to a firmament. So if you believe in the firmament, there's a verse in the Quran that says, "Try to get out, seek, go out. You will never be able to do so." So we believe in that. You know what I'm saying? That's just a little take I just wanted to throw out there. But much respect to you if you're Christian or Jewish. Much love to all my monotheistic brothers and sisters. Y'all just our cousins, man. But yeah, let's get into the next one, man. But yeah, I always knew it was something about that. And then, you know, they said that they had took the picture of the globe, and it's all for entertainment purposes. I'm just bugging out, it's comedy. But they said they had a picture of the globe, right? That picture that you see of the globe today is supposed to be a picture that NASA took. But they had that picture of the globe way back before they revealed it. I found some information on that. So yeah, I'm gonna lean towards I'm a flat earther, but and then calling the CIA to get them whacked is crazy, right? It's crazy work, bro. It's crazy work. But like Method Man said when ODB was telling them, yo, the CIA is trying to get me. We love the government, you know what I'm saying? We down with the CIA. Don't come, you know what I mean, bombing on us, you know what I mean? We love y'all, man. We cool, you know what I'm saying? Word. But YouTube just for entertainment purposes, just a joke, you know what I mean? Let's keep it moving.
I just did some research. They still allow in the US a fiber additive of human hair and duck feathers.
Wow.
In commercial bred in the US.
What?
And they buy the human hair primarily coming from places like Asia by the container loads, and then it's ground, refined, purified, bleached, and then the FDA allows it as a fiber additive. And the same with duck feathers, they grind it. And so if you have a high fiber bread, chances are it could be an FDA approved kind of fiber that you.
Oh my word. You said duck feathers?
The government says, hey, as long as you process it, wash it, grind it fine, bleach it out, make sure it's clean. I just did some research.
Yo, bro, we about to have to get back to planting our crops again, man, for real. Like, hold on, let me get one-on-one with y'all. So, yo, man, I was watching a clip of Terrence Howard, man. Shout outs to Terrence Howard, man. Brilliant brother. He was taking some seeds and putting them on napkins and showing you how to plant watermelons. So, man, we might have to be able. I'm about to go vegetarian or fruitarian or something. Pause, of course. But yeah, man. I don't know, man. What we gonna start eating out here? You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, we might have to start picking blueberries or something, man. But yo, it's getting crazy, y'all. Bleach in the bread is crazy work, and this is for entertainment purposes, though. And we just bugging out. But let's keep it moving, man.
Yep, they are watching us right now. And if you see this on the ground, it's a warning that you and your child need to run immediately. People were terrified after LA was set on red alert after a man exposed that he had been working in a Starbucks located in a secret underground tunnel that is used by the top 1%ers to allow them to go anywhere much faster and avoid traffic, with access and exit points near major places like LAX, Dodger Stadium, and more. with even a report from the LA Times saying that a man named Warren Schufelt created a radio X-ray that was able to uncover a series of elaborate tunnels in downtown LA in the exact same location, just like what the former Starbucks employee mentioned. And these tunnels are being uncovered as we speak throughout the country. It gets creepier as people even mention noticing these eerie entrances lately under middle schools and high schools, and in the same schools that are reporting missing children. Known as the Actor Bond Tunnel, however, as interesting as this could be, tunnels used like this would be very unlikely. Yep.
Allegedly, though, but yeah, man, that's crazy. Tunnels underneath middle schools and whatever. It's crazy work, bro. Crazy work. Telling you now. But yeah, like, that's creepy. That make me scared to like. That make me scared for the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, start wearing "Save the Children" T-shirts, bro. Like, what's going on in the tunnels, and why would they? But they said they need those tunnels to so that they could get places more frequently and quicker. You know what I'm saying? So, yikes! What's y'all thoughts though, man? Y'all spam it up and let me know what y'all think. Is that cap a real rap? Do they really have tunnels underneath middle schools, McDonald's? You know what I'm saying? And they saying that they like to get there quicker, you gotta, and they had a Starbucks, and it's a worker saying he was working there at a Starbucks. Man, I wonder how much information he got on that. You feel me? But yeah, man, y'all spam it up y'all thoughts. Is that red pill or blue pill? Red pill for real, blue pill for cap. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep it moving.
This is about to blow your mind. An alliance of all the powers on Earth, open and hidden, decided that the individual freedoms could no longer be tolerated in the interest of the preservation of the human race. They believed the common man could not be trusted. Studies were done to determine a method to arrest the population explosion before the point of no return would be reached. It was determined that an immediate attack on the problem would involve 2 points of intervention. The first was to lower the birth rate, and the second was to increase the death rate. To lower the birth rate, several programs were put into motion. The first was the development of positive birth control methods using mechanical diaphragm and condom, chemical, foam and birth control pills, and medical, sterilization, abortion, and hysterectomy procedures. These were developed and implemented. The women's liberation movement was started with a demand for free abortions, using quote-unquote pro-choice as its rallying cry. Homosexuality was encouraged, and gay liberation was born. Homosexuals do not have children. Zero population growth became a hot subject at cocktail parties. Individual freedom, the heat of the moment, religion, and the old blue laws sabotaged these efforts. And while zero population growth became a reality in some areas, population increased rapidly in others. Pay attention. The only alternative left to the world's ruling elite was to increase the death rate. This was a difficult thing to do, as no one wanted to pick people out of a crowd and line them up for execution. Neither did they relish the possible consequences of an enraged public upon discovering that they were being systematically murdered. Of course, a very short but very deadly war using nuclear weapons upon select population concentrations was contemplated, and to tell you the truth, was not ruled out. The fact that such a population control was even contemplated confirmed the worst fears of those who participated in the 1957 study. War was put on a back burner to simmer, but may become a reality. In the meantime, something else had to be done that would absolve the decision makers of guilt and place the blame on those who did not lead clean lives, something that could be blamed upon Mother Nature. What was needed was the bubonic plague, or some other horrible natural disease. The answer came from Rome. The recommendation was to develop a microbe that would attack the autoimmune system, and thus render the development of a vaccine impossible. The orders were given to develop the microbe, and to develop a prophylactic, and a cure. So they develop a problem, then offer a solution. And you think it's safe to take it? The microbe would be used against the general population and would be introduced by vaccine. The prophylactic was used by the ruling elite. The cure will be administered to the survivors when it's decided that enough people have died. The cure will be announced as newly developed when, in fact, it has existed from the beginning.
Listen
this is about to blow your mind.
Wow, so that's the book right there. I kind of delved into that book before too myself. For those who don't know, let me put you on game a little bit. So that's William Cooper. Um, he wrote the book Behold the Pale Horse. He was actually, I believe, an ex-military guy. He was in the Air Force or the Navy, one of them. He went rogue afterwards. And then he wrote this book right here, and he was trying to expose a lot of the truths, and I believe he got unalive, man. So y'all do your homework on William Cooper, man. But let's get into the next clip. Wow, and let me know if it's red pill or blue pill, bro. I gotta definitely take the red pill on that.
About to coming across the street, I figured it was a bunch of locusts or bugs, I don't know, June bugs or something. They flew over our head probably 7-8 feet. One of them hit the pole, and you could hear it on the ground. I thought it was one of those katydid things. But you tell me, why in the hell would this shit right here be flying around? Somebody please explain to me what the hell that is.
What is that? That's a robot fly?
And I found out as I was picking it up, if you squeeze that on the end on each end.
Nah, homie.
Then it's going to do it one time, then I guess it shuts it off.
I'm shaking my head too, homie.
So somebody, for the love of God, please tell me what that is. What the hell? Stop it.
You don't
heard about
them folks
coming across the street.
You better stop pressing buttons, homie. But yo, spam it up. What's y'all thoughts on a robot fly? Y'all trying to swat that? If you swat that joint, what you think gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? And what would be the purpose of having one of those flying around and sending those out? Now I've done seen the video on my last live with the pigeon and wings, and the wings having like robot insignia in it. So man, let's get into the next clip. I'm gonna take the red pill on that. Man, he had it in his hand. You can literally see it, bro. Seeing is believing, unless that's an AI video. But this is for entertainment purposes, just wilding out.
Hiding the true answer to this question from us. How is it that people who used horses and buggies constructed gigantic, intricate buildings like these? They allegedly only used hammers, manual saws, and basic tools. Does that make any sense to you? Look at these grand structures and ask yourself, how could they achieve all this with such primitive methods? It makes you wonder if our historical timeline is accurate or completely fabricated to hide something. It gets even scarier. What if the dates on these buildings are wrong? Imagine if that number 1 wasn't a 1 at all. Our history could be off by 1,000 years. This brings us to who could have built these intricate structures. Have you ever heard of Tartaria? Tartaria is a colossal empire that conveniently gets left out of mainstream history. But you can never truly erase history, as many references can be found in old maps and documents. Tartaria was a highly advanced civilization with technology and knowledge far beyond what we can imagine. They have even been credited to have built the Great Wall of China and many of these intricate buildings pictured earlier. They're hiding the true answer to this question from us. How is it that people who used horses and buggies constructed gigantic, intricate buildings like these?
Yeah, spam it up. Answer that question for me, y'all. How is it that they made those type of buildings? Look at them structures, bro. Look how small the people are. Look at how huge. And then they had horses and buggies. I mean, they had tools. Carvings was made from the tools. I don't think they was able to carve out these type of buildings though, bro. I'm feeling like they had technology and equipment that we have now, or probably even better. And we just getting back to what we used to. Allegedly, though, for entertainment purposes only. I'm just speculating. But yeah, let's get into the next one, man. Y'all spam it up. I'm gonna have to take the red pill. On that, man. For real. We in the Matrix.
phenomenon is called digital kidnapping, and yes, it is as scary as it sounds. As parents, we love to take photos of our kids and post them. It's a great way to keep our family and friends in the loop. But now experts are issuing this new alert that bad guys are using our posts against us to track our children. This morning, you're about to see how they do it.
They're baby catching.
From Facebook to Instagram, parents sharing their children's lives online. But now the new world crime, digital kidnapping, predators stealing your kids' photos and spreading them online. This stranger posting on Facebook claiming this girl was his daughter. In another recent case, a child's photo was tagged on a porn site. Turns out, most of us are putting our own families at risk, and we have no idea. You post all the time.
Yeah, I like to post about the kids.
That's Michelle and Reese. They think we're doing a general story about social media. What they don't know, back in Ohio, cyber safety expert Jesse Weinberger is poring over their social media pages, checking for private information. So what do you find here?
Through Mom's Facebook account and everything that she's posted, I was able to find out husband's name, children's names. She has 2 children. I know their ages. I know their dates of birth. I know where they go to school. I have the address of the school. I have the name of the teacher. I know exactly which playgrounds they visit, how often they like.
This phenomenon is called
knowing the teacher's name, know what playground they play in. Bro, knowing the father's name, knowing their birth dates. Bro, like that's enough to wait outside and trick the child, man, and it will create a whole nother account in your kid's identity. Identity theft is a real thing. Yo, man, watch what y'all posting on social media, bro. For real, for real. That got me scared to post anything now. For real, like. For real, they'll know what park you at. If you sharing a location, it's gonna be on there. So just be careful with that social media right about now, man.
Kids graduate from university. Incidentally, the word graduate comes from 2 words, gradually indoctrinate. So consequently, when you graduate, you come out with a square mortar board. The mortar board is a symbol of masonry. This is why you go to college to get a degree. Consequently, you need to understand that all universities and colleges in the Western world operate under the Vatican. All universities and colleges. So if you want to save your money to send your kids to college, just remember you're sending them to a Jesuit, Catholic-dominated ancient Roman Empire system, whereby your children are to gradually be indoctrinated into a system of religion, politics, and theology. As far back as the 4th, 5th, and 6th century, we know that the escapades of the popes, many of them were homosexuals, most of them were murderers. They were all offsprings of bankers. The entire Vatican system was a banking system. Today's Uniform Commercial Code is based on the old Vatican canon law. So once you understand the church, government, politics are all interconnected, and the secret societies have been manipulating them all from day one. And
I think that's Bill Cooper there, if I'm not mistaken. So, but yeah, man, y'all spam it up. Let me know what y'all thoughts, man. I'm kind of leaning towards red pill on that. That's real rap because, and this is doing this for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, I'm leaning towards a red pill on that one right there. That's crazy. So that explains the little funny hat with the string hanging off when you gradually graduate, gradually being indoctrinated. And then you get a degree. They got 33 degrees. Y'all do your homework on 33 degrees though. I ain't gonna go into that too deep. But yeah, man, Allahu Akbar. Let's go to the next one, man.
Well, they know what they're doing because fluoride limits fertility, just as aspartame limits fertility. As I'm talking, you look a little amazed.
Hold up. And so y'all could put y'all on game real quick. So fluoride limits fertility. Aspartame limits fertility. Aspartame is in Pepsi Cola. But let's keep it moving. And Coca-Cola, I believe.
Could this really be going on? Yes, they're poisoning our people.
So, Dr. Monteith, you think all of this is part of population control?
Yes, this is not an imaginary battle. It is very real.
Is this just in the United States or is it in the world?
Oh, it's throughout the world. You don't get the truth off of the media in the United States today because they're all controlled by the Bilderbergers and this network of very wealthy people who have a different agenda for the world, and they believe in population control.
You mentioned the Bilderbergs.
Yes. And then there are a myriad of other organizations which most people have never heard of that all have this same basic globalist view, because this has to do with globalism.
So how many people do you think they want to take off the planet? What is the ideal figure they're trying
Well,
to get
they talk about 500 million that they're going to allow to remain alive. Now, where does that figure come from?
Yeah.
Well, you can go to Elberton, Georgia, and there's a great monument there. It's called the American Stonehenge of the Georgia Guidestones.
The American Stonehenge. A mysterious man who called himself R.C. Christian commissioned a local company to build it. Then he disappeared, leaving behind 6 granite slabs.
And they know what they're doing.
And allegedly, those granite slabs have been destroyed and blown up. And like you just said, they paid a lot of money to construct those. So yeah, man, that's wild right there. And I remember those Georgia Guidestones. Spam it up if y'all remember that. You know what I'm saying? Those videos coming out about that on YouTube a long time ago, around the Obama administration time. They had it in every language too. They each stone around it, and then something about the stones. The center of them was pointed towards the sunset or the sunrise in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And on the stones it was talk about maintain population at 500 million. Well, today I think we over 6 billion people on the earth. You know what I'm saying? So that means you gotta wipe out 5.5. Yeah, so that would explain prophylactics. That explains the promotion of the rainbow. I mean, all kind of stuff that they doing to keep men and women from mating and the population growing. They want to eliminate it. And also, I heard it was like a lot of rules on them Georgia Guidestones. Y'all do your homework on that though, man. But yeah, man, if you made it this far, round of applause to you. Go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure that you share this content so we can get everybody in here to watch these videos with us, man. But yeah, man, it's getting creepier and creepier. This is Tony Blizz with the Tony Blizz podcast. And y'all spam it up. Let me know your thoughts, you know what I'm saying? I'll get back to y'all. We're gonna try to get y'all in here, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta comment in the chat, and then once you comment in the chat, y'all start getting interactive with the channel, and the channel start growing. We're gonna have people comment in the chat, and we're gonna start having them come on, say their opinion. You know what I'm saying? Not only just comment in the chat, but you'll be able to say your opinion live if you got a smartphone. We got a link in the profile of this channel. You can click on that link, and then I will be able to see that that you're live, or you can comment in the chat that you wanted to, that you're live, that you're waiting, and then I'll click on the guest room right here. We got the guest room, and then you'll be right here on the left or the right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for subscribing. The ones that already did subscribe and watching and tuning in, man. And I know it's getting creepier and creepier, but till the next time, please be safe, man. This is the Tony Bliss Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. One, man. One love.